kinda looks better in 3D than in real life. But hey, this is a prototype. Inside is my favorite 24mm of all time, Kiron F2.0. In case you want to skip all the technical talk and just go to see how it works, I've timestamped the whole video, so just head on over to B-roll section and enjoy. I used an FDM printer. It took me 40 or so prints and a little more than a week to get it done. It was designed entirely in FreeCAD, of course. Long live open source. Making this I had two choices, do a standard helicoid or go with a cam-based focus design. This is a helicoid and this is cam-based focus. It is more modern and allows you to have a non-linear focus throw. You can make it more fine at certain distances and more coarse at others. I went with the linear helicoid and decided to reverse engineer the existing one to reduce the amount of work, since it's a multi-start helicoid with a non-standard trapezoidal pitch. I had to measure, try again, and account for shitty tolerances inherent to FDM printing, and I almost lost my mind in the process. At this point, I'm seriously considering buying an SLA resin printer. The only thing stopping me are the toxic fumes that come with it. A cross-section of it in Blender, and a nice script I wrote to automatically slice the whole assembly piece per piece upon importing STLs. Why? Because cross-section view in FreeCAD is functional, but hollow, as you can see. And there's really no need to contain myself to a single tool anyways. After I was finished with the mechanics, I had to implement focus range and aperture markings. To keep it as simple as possible, I employed my girl to paint them on the lens itself. Before that, I marked aperture stops by simply starting from wide open and closing down while marking for each full exposure value measured by the camera in a controlled environment. Focus was done in the same way, starting from closest focus distance and repeating the process to infinity and beyond. But what actually compelled me to do another lens, and even more complex than the last one, is I got a new sponsor. They kindly offered to make my next project a reality, and naturally I decided to do something even more preposterous. Plus, I never did threading on my CNC, and I could use some help with it, most definitely. Factually speaking, it is working perfectly with my focus motors, there are no issues, and I give it 10 out of 10 squirrels. My main concerns here are the tolerances. I'm sure that the guys can make it up to spec, but I'm afraid my specs might be rubbish. So I'm gonna sleep on it, measure some more, probably hire a 3D printing company to do an SLA version of this, and hopefully in one of the next videos we'll see a metal version of this. I say hopefully because there is no guarantee my new sponsor is gonna actually accept to make this insanity. There are 9 parts, so we'll see. In any case, you can enjoy some B-roll footage made with this lens, but before that, let us all hold hands and pray to Jesus for me.
Zdravo Snežana, i dalje si debela.
There's a war inside my head, and I'm drowning in regret. When the lights come down, got an empty crown. body's missing pieces. Can't pull it all together. My body's missing pieces. I wish I could remember. My body's missing pieces. Can't pull it all together. My body's missing pieces. I wish I could remember. There's a war inside my head, and I'm drowning in regret.
So after all of this, I've been thinking, and I think I wanna make my own optics as well. I went online and found a couple of solutions for designing your own optics while correcting for chromatic aberrations with light rays map embedded, and that software is nice and enables you with, after brushing up on some elementary physics, to design your own lens. Design being the key word. Manufacturing is less attainable. I've seen a couple of documentaries from the big companies, including Canon, and to this day, some of the lens elements are cut and polished entirely by hand, which is daunting and scary because I probably couldn't do it due to the insane amount of skill required. So the next best thing would probably be finding a company which can realize my designs while also being reasonably affordable. So if you have any suggestions and can point me to a certain company, probably Chinese, that would be greatly appreciated. Concerning the intro, it is all done in Blender. I've imported STLs from FreeCAD, textured them, and added custom images for aperture range and focus range. Set up a simple scene. It looks complex, but it's really not. I've used constraints and these two empties as controllers for the blow-up animation. Only two lights and a couple of 3D models in the background to populate the scene and make a nice composition. Render time is around 8 to 9 seconds per frame using optics image denoiser with 150 samples at 2.5K output resolution. OpenEXR DWAA, lossy, 16-bit. And since my animation has 300 frames, that all comes out at around 40 minutes for the whole thing. If you have any questions concerning the 3D intro, I'm all ears, but really, I think it's simple and self-explanatory. P.S. I do not use Windows 11.
Stop it. Get some help.